Hello and welcome to MD Model Works in association with Alclad 2 and this time the Airbrush company, or airbrushes.com in the UK. They are the UK distributor for Iwata, and they've sent us this to do this review on. Now this is a brand new airbrush, the Revolution HP-CR3. Looking at it, it looks absolutely gorgeous on the front. Cost of it is £130, so it's sort of a mid-range airbrush in the same sort of line as the H&S Evolution, Harder and Steenbeck Evolution. Same sort of price range, but I love my Iwatas. I've had the Harder and Steenbeck, found them to be, I'm not going to say over-engineered because we all use that term, but I found them a little bit too much to go wrong with them. Anyway, the Revolution, like I said, it's a mid-range airbrush, £130. I've not used it, I've not even looked in the box, but looking at this front, as I said, looks like the Evolution a little bit. But so anyway, the box, we've got the Iwata on the front with the Revolution effortless coverage, HP-CR3. The 3 I presume would stand for the 3mm needle that's in it, or 0.3 that's in it. Anyway, looking around the box, so we go around the back. It's a gravity feed dual action airbrush, soft effortless coverage at low air pressures, R3 head system, 20 to 30 psi optimal working pressure with a comfort handle. With obviously it's got or shows up on here that it's medium coverage, which is brilliant for us modelers, which is what we like. Now it says 20 to 30 psi, so that sort of range you'd be looking at the acrylic paints, which has to be blown at that sort of psi. Personally, I only use Alclad 2 through my airbrushes, and I run that between 8 and 10 psi. So I'll give it a go with both. I've got some Vallejo Model Air up there which I just use for detail work. We'll put some of that in the cup, we'll blow that and see how it works at about 20 to 25 psi, right in the middle. We'll go from there, and we'll also try the low air pressure that I use. Anyway, that's it. Let's get that out of the box. So we've got inside the box, we've got another box, and we've got a tab. So we'll cut the tabs with my knife. Put that there for a moment. Alright, really strong box, I like that. So put that to the side. So the first thing we see is our usual sticker, Iwata by Nest Iwata, professional airbrushes and accessories. That's our sticker, lovely. We've got our quick start guide, the usual thing, where to put paint, where to put our fluid, and how to run it up. It's all in, that's gobbledygook to me, obviously. We all know how to set the airbrush up, so we'll set that up in a moment. First of all, we'll have a quick look at her. We've also got a sheet of paper telling us what it can do, so I doubt if I'll be able to do that, but we'll see. So in the box we've got our obligatory spanner there, we've got our lube, and we've got our brush. Ooh, that's heavy. Now the first thing I just noticed, as you probably heard, put this to one side just for 2 seconds. It feels substantial. If you like your heavy airbrushes, so you know you've got it in your hand, and I must admit I do, it's substantial, let's put it that way. It weighs quite a lot. I haven't weighed it yet, obviously. It is beautifully finished on the outside, all in chrome, looks really nice. The action is a very small push down and a very smooth pull back. That's a start, very good start. Impressed with that. And we have a 7mm cup, We can get the lid off. The machining inside looks extremely good, clean, easy to clean out, which will be nice. So we'll take her apart. Usual 0.3 needle from Iwata, and I presume they've got their nozzle system on the front. They have, yeah, I did see the spanner, I should have known. People don't, I say, modelers, myself included, took a little while to get used to this very, if I bring you in a little bit, very fine nozzle compared to the Harder and Stiebeck, which is very big, and so is the MIG Ammo one, and actually so is the Badger. This is the company that I know does this. A lot of the Chinese ones, again, they're the same, obviously nowhere near the quality. It feels good, and the internals unscrewed lovely. I'm not going to pull it all apart, well I will. Very nicely done, nicely machined. That just slides in and then do it up. So it's very easy to clean. Personally, I use a bath, a hot bath of with a vibration system. It cleans it out very, very well, once sort of a month. Other than that, I just use airbrush cleaner. As you can see, it's got a lovely action, very smooth. And again, the biggest thing about the ergonomics of this, with the size of my hand, if you can see, the curve actually fits into the groove of my hand, which is going to make that so comfortable to use. Okay, so we've got on the side of it Iwata, HP-CR3, Japan, XG, and on the other side a Nest Iwata. This is it doesn't feel like a mid-range airbrush. It feels like an expensive, it feels a bit like my TR1. This has had a lot of work over about 5 years, and it is still as good today. I think the only thing I've changed was the nozzle and a needle, because I dropped it. Lovely airbrush, great for looking over. It feels that type of quality. That's what, a £250 airbrush, £130. I prefer the HP3 or the CR3. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set myself up, we're going to get some paint, and we're going to give it a go. Right, be right back. Okay, welcome back. Right, I'll put a quick release on. We've got the compressor set to 10 psi. As you can hear, it's not too loud. We're going to spray, what can we spray? Black. Matte black. We're going to spray some matte black so you can see it better. I didn't realise this was coming so quickly, so I haven't had a chance to get a clean bit of clean bit of styrene. So what I've got here is an old bit which I've just cleaned up quickly. I think this will be okay for this. First of all, we're going to do, as I just said, we're going to run in at 10 psi with our, there it is, Alclad 2 102 matte black. So this is just a few drops, not too much. So 7mm cup, we just put half a mil in the thingy into the cup itself. Right, tip with Alclad, always put the lid on, put it away, like so. Otherwise there's a chance you're gonna tip it over. Right, so first of all we're gonna see if we can do this better. We're just gonna do some very thin close-up lines. And absolutely no problem. Getting wider. So my one concern when it says 20 to 30 wasn't a worry. We're coming right close for a very fine line. 3mm. Absolutely brilliant. That is fabulous. Now what we're going to do just how easy is it? See, I like a bit of weight to my airbrush, and this feels perfect. It feels like I've had it for ages. Used to it. In the hand, as I said, it feels great. Right, so fine lines, we can do a thicker line. Again, no problem. At 10 psi, fantastic. So we'll come a bit further up. Again, no problem with the coverage. And we're just going to open it right up. As you can see, thick lines, absolutely brilliant. Now coverage itself, let's have a go here. Covers nice. Run out. A little bit more, just to play with for a minute. If you can hear anything, it's the wind outside. It's getting up again. This is Tuesday evening, so let me just cover everything in. So the coverage side of it is fantastic. So very small, doesn't fade out. In close, out for a wider blow. Yeah, impressive. I like that. So with my spray rate or my spray pressure, works absolutely fantastic. Love it. So that gets a thumbs up from me on that part. Right, so I'll clean this out and I'll be back and we'll try some acrylic and see how we get on with that. Welcome back. Right, as you can see, I did this once, but I forgot to turn the AF servo off on the camera, and having done this before, it makes everybody feel rough because it goes in and out, in and out. So I'll do this again just for the sake of life, easy life for everybody. Right, and also I'll move my hand round. I did a look on the edit a little bit when I was waiting for this to sort itself out, and I could see you couldn't really see what I was doing. So this time, hopefully, you're going to see how easy it is, even with acrylics, which, let's be honest, is probably the go-to paint for everybody. It's easier. People think it's better for you to spray, which it isn't. Believe me, I make paint all day long, not just for Alclad, but I would prefer to use enamel lacquer based paint all day long. Now, as you can see the lines, if we start here, make sure you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Lines, very easy to get a nice fine straight line. With the weight of the airbrush helps there. A thicker line, no problem. Obviously normal people would have thinned this. I want to do it straight out of the brush, see what it's like. Not a problem. And a really thick line. Again, nice coverage, spot treatment. Let's go here. Oop, there. Okay, so little spot. Oop, bigger spot. You can see I'm not used to using acrylics. So you can keep building spots up, lovely. So even for acrylic users, this is a very easy brush to use. Now as for coverage, we'll just block that in. So for block users, we'll do some coverage. Now I'm going to turn up the air just a little bit to give it a chance, up to the full 30 psi, and it covers fairly well. It's been a long while, as I said, since I used acrylics, and this is why I prefer lacquer based enamels. Obviously a normal person would have thinned this, but I'd like to show you straight out of the bottle what we can do. Right, so just layer it on and it works lovely. So the brush itself, fantastic. Acrylics, I'm not that keen, but hey ho. Right, thoughts. It's £130. It's brilliantly finished. Ergonomically, it's perfect for me. I'm not saying it's for everybody. It seems to like both lacquer enamels and acrylics to a point. It might be me. Obviously, as I said, you thin the acrylics, so that's got to be a pro for it. I haven't seen any cons for it that I dislike so far. It just feels good, it looks good. I think it's worth every penny of £130 compared to my Iwata, my other Iwata, the TR2. I put it on the same sort of line as my CR+. I mean, it covers beautifully. So this is 30 psi, no problems. Okay, so would I recommend it? Yeah, 100%. Hopefully over the next few weeks, while I'm doing the Hobby Boss 132nd Liberator for Flixton Aviation Museum, I'll be using this and try it out in the field as such. But my thoughts on it for now, it's brilliant. Love it. So that was the brand new Iwata by Iwata, the HP-CR3 0.3 needle, available at the Airbrush company right now. As I said, £130, well worth every penny. Go grab yourself one. Thanks for watching.